And welcome back to another edition of Be Informed, Be Empowered, Be Engaged with District 7 Council Member Brenda McNair. She has a guest today, and that's Mr. Horace McCray. And now, with applause, we pass it over to Council Member McNair.
Thank you, Mr. Williams, as usual, for your kindness. Good morning, everyone. I want to welcome you to WIDU 1600 AM Radio, the voice of the community. I am City Councilwoman Brenda McNair, and I am honored to be your host. And thank you for joining us as we bring you important conversation, community updates, and information that matters to you and your family. Our mission is simple. Be informed, be empowered, be engaged. Every fourth Monday of the month, we'll connect with the community leaders, city officials, educators, business owners, and residents who are making a difference right here in our city. Now, we'll discuss the issues that impact our neighborhoods, highlight opportunity for growth and success, and provide resources that help strengthen our community. Now, whether you're listening from home, at work, or on the go, this is your platform to stay informed, ask questions, and become an active part of the conversation. Now, sit back, tune in, and join us as we work together to build a stronger, safer, more prosperous community for all. This is City Councilwoman Brenda McNair on WIDU 1600 Radio, reminding you, be informed, be empowered, be engaged. Let's get started. And today I have a guest here that I'm honored to have before me, Mr. Horace McCray. He calls himself Coach. And, you know, I thought that was his name due to the conversation he and his wife and I had. She's actually, I call her name is Lavita. I call her Lavetta, whichever her name is. I just tease her all the time about her name, but she always called him Coach. And so for a long period of time, I thought his first name was Coach McCray. And so when I met him, I understood why he carried the name Coach. Because this is a very interesting young man here. You know, I prayed about who I could get to join me on this morning, which was the last minute, and I thank you for actually stepping up, coming out to make this day a success for our community, Mr. McCray. At this time, I want you to introduce yourself to the community, tell everyone a little bit about yourself, and as an entrepreneur, you can do that. And then we'll talk about some other things later. Just follow along with me, okay?
Good morning. My name is Horace Lamont McCray. I'm an entrepreneur in Fayetteville, North Carolina. I do different things in my business. I have a transportation business, a construction business, and I do building. And I'm very honored to be with Mrs. Brenda this morning.
Well, thank you. So, as an entrepreneur, I know that you're married. As a husband, how do you, I know you're a very busy man, how do you play the role as a husband, being having a wife at this particular time?
Well, you know, in business, you're quite busy. Mm-hmm. But you know, you always have to put your wife first, because your wife is part of your business. She helped me build my business. You know, that's life. You have to entwine both of them together, because behind every successful man, there's a good wife. So my wife helps me with my business, and she gives me ideas, and she motivates me to go to work. But she always reminds me that she's first.
She's very special. She's a great woman. You know, upon meeting you, I realized that she's truly a great woman, because she has a great man standing beside her. Can you talk a little bit about some of the work that you have done in Fayetteville, or you was talking earlier about your main resources as far as income, the job that you have, the business that you own?
Yes. Let me speak about the transportation business first, because the transportation business really helps the community. My transportation business, I transport employees to different plants. I do 5 different plants. I do McNair, Sanderson Farm, Smithfield, Food Line Distribution, and Butterball. And I have over 150 riders. And we make sure those riders, regardless of what shift, first, second, or third, we make sure those people get to work and back home. And that is a good resource, because people need transportation. They need to be able to get to work, and we provide them with that service. Now, in my home improvement business, I've been doing that ever since I was 8 years old. My dad was the first black general contractor in Fayetteville. My father's name was Johnny Kelly, and he taught me at an early age that work come first. He taught me how to work. He taught me how to be responsible. He taught me how to get up and go to work. You know, everything is not always going to be the way you think it, or it should be, but you got to be able to get up and go to work and build and do the things that people ask you to do. And you're not always going to be able to do everything that people put on paper for you to do. But if you try to do your best, that's all you can ask of yourself, is do your best and try to please your customers. And you're not always going to be able to please everybody. I want everybody to understand, when you're in the construction business, you might do 100 and some projects a year. Every project is not going to be the way you think they should be. You're going to have some distresses. You're going to have some slowness, because every project is not the same. And when you're doing construction, things change in the middle of your project. You might have some unseen damages or unseen things that might occur while you're in the middle of your project, and it happens. And sometimes customers don't understand that in business, that when you have unseen situations, your price might change. So I'm saying that to say this, always understand and always read your contract and understand what the contract means when it says you might have unseen situations that happen in your project. Now, I have done, I don't know, numerous work, many roofs in the community, kitchens, bathrooms, room additions, and right now I'm in the process of doing 3 room additions at this time, and big room additions. I'm talking about over hundreds of thousands of dollars of room additions, and God has blessed me with these projects, and I thank God for blessing me with these projects, you know, and I thank the customers for allowing me the opportunity to do these projects for them.
So, I mean, you talking about those projects, it just reminded me of some of the projects that we have in the city, when you said there's some unforeseen changes that may come about, and we certainly understand that because we deal with that on a regular basis. So what as far as your how do you offset those type things? How do you make up for those type things, those things that you didn't see that's going to happen? And then also, I have another question about your transportation. I want to know, do you have multiple buses or for each location, or you just have one? Can you explain that as well?
Okay, let me address the unseen, and I'll try to make this as clear as I can to people for they'll understand this. You may start on a project. Say I'm lifting up a house and getting ready to put in a floor system. I may lift that house up and find out that the floor joists are rotted. And once you get that house up, you got to replace the flow joists. But now you couldn't see those flow joists before, prior to you lifting that house. Okay, so you go back to the homeowner and you say to the homeowner, look, we got to replace these flow joists, so we're going to adjust your price. And you have to explain to them, you know, and also you explain that prior to, because many a times in construction, when you're doing add-ons, it's always going to be some offsets. It's always going to be some things that you couldn't see or couldn't do. But as a contractor, you don't try to hurt the customer. You try to be fair and honest to them and do the best that you can, because your customer makes your business. And you don't want people going out and say that this contractor charged me way more money than which he should have charged. You just try to do what's best and do what's right with your customer as far as doing your change orders. Now, as far as my transportation business, yes, we have to have motor vans because we do all 3 shifts. And I have like 5 to 6 drivers, and which we drive 24 hours a day. We never stop.
Wow.
Even during the pandemic, our business grew because when other people couldn't drive and ride with each other, we had to put people on that van. My drivers put their life at stake, and I have to applaud them since we were talking about that. I didn't lose one driver during the pandemic. They drove those people to work. And I mean, I was up to like 20 vans because, and we had to, where we would have 15 vans, I mean, where we would have 20 vans, where we were supposed to have 14 people, we would have 7. We would seat them apart. But we made sure that we got those people to work and back home safely during the pandemic and now. And that's why God blessed us. He blessed us abundantly. We don't have no problem, you know. I don't even worry about doing advertisement because we've been doing this over 12 years and people just call us on a daily basis. We get calls and pick up different passengers. So we're blessed with that, and I thank God for it.
So are you receiving any additional funding outside of actually what your business is bringing in, or any programs that you're a part of?
No. Now, we did receive some funding during the pandemic. The offset, when we couldn't put 14 people on the van, the government gave us a supplement to pay for, because we couldn't take the total amount that we supposed to have normally take. So I thank God for that. Back then when we had President Biden in office, God bless us with that at that time. And when we had Donald Trump. So I have to say both of them really blessed us with the different funding with that. The government did.
So you also have another business. Tell us about that one. I think you have like 2 more, right?
Oh, my catering business. Now, my catering business, now let me say this to y'all. My catering business is my passion. From an early age, my grandmother taught me how to cook. And I love to cook. I love to cook. I love to watch people eat. I love to watch people taste my food. I think I'm the best cook in the world. My wife tells me I don't think nobody can outcook me, and that's true. You can't be in the catering business and think anybody can outcook you.
But I'm still waiting on a taste of your food.
I love to cook, and I cook just like my grandmother. I can make a meal for 1,500 people, and I have done that for the Dallas Cowboys fan club in Charlotte. But let me tell you this, that one plate would taste the same as if I was cooking for 1,500 people. And that's how I make my food taste. I make my food taste good and it's seasoned right. And the name of my business is Exquisite Catering by Lamont. And I thank God for my catering business.
Is that your middle name, Lamont?
Yes. And
All right, Lamont.
I cook all types of food, but my specialty is naturally our soul food. I can make the best collard greens, candy yams, potato salad, fried chicken, macaroni and cheese. I can make the best that's in this city, and I will put that up against anybody.
So with 3 businesses, you have one more, right? Do you have another one?
Yes, I
What is
do.
that?
I also do.
Let's talk about that one before I go into what I'm getting ready
I
to
also
say.
got property that I rent.
Okay.
Yes, I do property rental, and we have some properties that we rent. At this time, we don't have any because they are full. And
Any available?
No, we don't
for
have
rent?
any available, and the reason it is because we try to keep our properties up to par. All our properties look like if we was gonna live in it, and I don't have any property that doesn't look like if I was living in it, like I would live in my own home. So I make sure that my properties is up to par. So we don't have any properties that's available. But I thank God for all our businesses, and they're small businesses, but we're blessed to have them. Me and my wife, and my wife stays on me. And I have to say something while I'm talking about
Go
my
ahead,
businesses.
go ahead.
I have to talk about my wife.
Yes.
My wife is the most important part of my business and my life because she is my backbone. She keeps me going and keeps me straight. Even when I get off path, my wife, she keeps me in order. And I thank God for her. That's the best thing that ever happened to me was when I met my wife and we got married. And I thank God for her.
I believe that because she's a very, very strong-minded, strong-willed individual. She will not let you
Or no one.
or no one.
Yeah. Now, we don't want to talk about the marriage because I can
No,
talk.
I'm not gonna talk about your marriage now. I'm gonna leave that for another time because I mean that can go on and on and on.
On and
I
on
was
and
just
on
on a
and on.
phone call a minute ago and we was talking about marriages. So, I mean, well, marriages is what you make it.
Marriages go go and coincide with your business though. You know, if you don't have a strong spouse, if you don't have a strong backing, and a man can't come home in a relaxed atmosphere, he's not gonna be a good businessman. He got to be able to come home at night and have a peace of mind, and my wife does that for me. You know, sometimes we're at odds. We're both strong-willed people, and she worked on her job like 37 years, and she was in the managing position. So sometimes when you got 2 managers, you know, and strong-willed people, you have differences, you know. But my wife do understand.
Too.
she do understand that what the word says, that man is the head of the household. So I thank God for that.
Look, let's talk about the head of the household. Look, now we're gonna leave that one alone too. That could take us off course for about 3 or 4 hours. Head of household. Right. So, do you have any questions for Mr. McCray here?
No, I would just say that it's obvious that he has an entrepreneurial spirit, and I just wonder, seeing what your father did, is that kind of what birthed that in you?
Yes, I remember this, and I always tell this story here. I remember my daddy was a military man, and so I can remember at 8 years old, and I always tell this story, and this have impacted my life totally. At 8 years old, my father woke me up, and I can remember my 7th birthday, but my 8th birthday, I can remember my dad waking me up that morning. I was so happy because I just knew that my 8th birthday was gonna be as good as my 7th birthday. But my dad shook me that morning, and he said, looked at me, he said, son, from this day forward, in my house, when my feet hit the floor, you need to be ready to go to work. And I looked up at my dad, I said, Dad, what are you talking about? He said, son, from this day forward, when you get up in my house, you're gonna be going to work. I said, at 8 years old? He said, yes, sir. So I can remember we was building the, which now is the College Seas, but back then it was the Winn-Dixie and Hope Mills. I was 8 years old and I was toting 12-inch blocks. I couldn't tote but one block. But guess what? That molded me. That built my character about hard work. And that's what we don't do with our kids these days. We don't teach them to work hard. You know, you work hard, you will learn discipline. That's what my dad put in me, discipline about work ethics, getting up in the morning. My wife said to me all the time, she said, you can go to bed at 3 o'clock and you jump right up at 5. That's because that had been instilled in me to get up and go to work ever since I was 8 years old. You got to get up and go to work. And I worked for my dad all the way until I was 18 years old. And I can remember different jobs that we worked on around the city, building McDonald's and Winn-Dixie's and Causes. We did commercial work, a lot of commercial work at that time. And it just is in me now that the things that we used to do and how we used to do it, the work ethics that my dad instilled in me.
That's amazing. That's what we need in our communities today. You know, everybody's not cut out to go to a 4-year college, or some people just can't afford to go to college. And I don't know what your educational background is, but however, you have so many businesses. I don't know if you do have any experience as far as teaching on you how to do those things as far as education, or did you go to school to learn how to do these things, or those are things that your dad just taught you, or you learned on your own? How do you go about doing these things?
Let me say, I was trained by my father.
Mm-hmm.
As far as construction, I was trained by my dad, and I mean, he literally, really trained me. He taught me how to read blueprints. He taught me the ins and outs of the construction. He taught me how to bid jobs. He taught me every phase of the construction. It's nothing, and I'm being honest, there's nothing that I can't build. I mean, I can just start on it, and and I know how to do it. I know from the footing to the rooftop, and I know how to build a job. And I can build a job too. When you get finished that job, you can have nothing but some sawdust. That means you got to know how to bid. You got to know how to the price material. So, and my dad, he taught me that. So, but I have took young men and young women out on different jobs who didn't have any experience in the construction business and taught them how to do the job, especially the roofing job. I've taught roofing, I've taught masonry, I taught people how to frame. You know, the framing have changed tremendously back from the time we used to frame, because we used to frame with hammers, but now everything is done with air guns.
All right.
Know,
Can
so
you hold that thought? We're actually getting ready to take a break, and when we come back, I want you to be prepared to talk about something that can be very, very emotional for you and maybe people around you, about your next step in life as far as your health. We can talk about that, but you know what? Thank you for sharing about your entrepreneur background. So we'll be right back. You guys hold your horses, keep your radio on, and we'll be right back.
To wake up.
The North Carolina General Assembly is reconvening today, with both the House session and the Senate session convening at 12 noon. Lawmakers return to handle leftover business, including potential veto overrides, technical budget corrections, and select pending legislation. The Athletics Department General Manager at UNC, Michael Lombardi, has been placed on leave. A mass shooting in Seattle. At a news conference, Seattle Assistant Police Chief Tyrone Davis says the shooting beneath Seattle Space Needle left multiple people dead and injured. A former federal prison in the eastern North Carolina town of Winton near Ahoskie could soon be repurposed as the state's first dedicated federal immigration detention center. North Carolina agriculture officials are urging residents to help fight the invasive spotted lanternfly, which has spread across several North Carolina counties. Mike Rayleigh.
I'm Jamie Monticelli, WIDU Radio News. Cumberland County is hosting 2 community input sessions on the proposed data center ordinance. Learn more about the ordinance development process, visit discussion stations covering topics like water, power, land use, noise, environmental considerations, and economic impacts, and ask questions. There are a couple of events coming up. One is Thursday, August 6th until 7:30 p.m. at Stedman Baptist Church. There's another on Tuesday, August 11th, 6 until 7:30 p.m. at the J.D. Pone Recreation Center. The Fayetteville-Cumberland County Crime Stoppers program is the recipient of the 2025 Productivity Award for an area with a population of 300,000 to 400,000. The award was recently presented to the Fayetteville-Cumberland County Crime Stoppers program by the Southeastern Crime Stoppers Association during their annual training conference, which was held in Clearwater, Florida. From WIDU Radio, I'm Jamie Monticelli.
Starting out warm and humid with maybe a stray shower this Monday morning. As we head into the afternoon, it is mostly sunny with highs about 85 to 90 degrees. Overnight, partly cloudy, once again warm and muggy with temperatures in the low to mid 70s. And while you could see a stray morning shower Tuesday, the better chance for strong to severe thunderstorms arrives during the evening. Prior to that, high temperatures about 89 to 93 degrees. I'm meteorologist Chris Michaels in the NCM.
Wake up, catch the vision, join the team. This is Pastor Reginald Johnston of My Father's House Christian Church right here in Fayetteville. We want you to wake up and join the team. Behold, how good and pleasant it is for brethren to dwell together in unity. It's good when we come together. We're one body, many parts. We desire that you wake up and join the team. It's good to be a part of Wake Up. Wake up, join the team. We will see you in Jesus' name. God bless you.
Remember the rotary phone? Well, soon that's what people are going to ask about gas-powered cars. And every day we see videos of robots becoming more and more like us. Welcome to the future. At Fayetteville State University, we believe that anything really can happen. So wherever it is that you want to go, we've got a program for that. Visit Fayetteville State University and find out how we're preparing students just like you for what comes next. Fayetteville State University. Are you in?
Hi, my name is Apostle Preston Davis Jr., Senior Pastor of True Love Church International, and you're listening to Wake Up.
This is Bishop Johnny Ray Jr. of the Churches of Worship Worldwide, Apostle J.A. McDonough, 2118 Owen Drive. And we are proud to be a part of the Wake Up. Come and join the team. Wake up, wake up, wake up.
The hour with Councilmember Brenda McNair, having a very lively discussion with her guests. And now back to Councilmember McNair.
Thank you, Mr. Williams. I hope you guys are still listening. On this half of the show, we have a very, very important conversation I'm getting ready to have to Mr. Coach here. I'm calling him Coach because that's exactly what he is. And you know, I thought it was his first name, his government name, but that's the name that his friends and family gave him because of his work ethics and how he liked to maneuver in community and help people. And you know, you heard that he has about 10 businesses, and I know he can't operate those businesses by himself, and so he have to make space for someone else's success, and I do believe that's what you have done this far, Mr. McCray. So this brings me to an arena that you have shared with me, your wife has shared with me, and I felt it to be something that could uplift the community. You share with me that in how many days that you will be having a procedure done versus your health. So tell me what motivates you to pursue major changes at this point in your life, and how do you see this aligning with local health priorities? So I just want to jump right in talking about that, and I want you to feel free to share whatever you want to share at this time. And what you don't want to share, you just kick me on the leg over here underneath the table.
Yes, what I want to share with the community is that your health is very important, and what I'm on the quest now of trying to lose 200 pounds, and the reason being is for my health, and I want to have longevity. I want to live a long life, and if you're overweight, and I'm not talking about people, if you're overweight, you're putting your lifespan at risk. So my quest is to lose 200 pounds, and I am getting ready to have a procedure now to have my chest removed because they are affecting my back. I've had back surgery about 3 years ago, and I've been in 2 accidents in the last 90 days, and which have affected my back. And my primary care doctor told me that I need to have my chest removed. Also, I needed to lose weight and to better help my back and to help my health. Now, the procedure is going to help with some weight, but I have had to change my diet tremendously because, listen, now I said earlier that I am a caterer, so you know I love to eat, and I love to taste my food, but now I have to curb my intake and curb my diet. So I'm cutting back on all starches, all sugar, all sodas, and I'm drinking nothing but water, and I'm eating more vegetables, and I'm eating chicken and turkey and things of that nature. Nothing fried. And I've already started I started at the beginning of June, and at the beginning of June, I was weighing 398 pounds. Now I'm down to 362. So just on drinking water, no sugar, no sodas, no bread, no potatoes, no rice. And that was my favorite. I love rice. I love potatoes and gravy. But I have taken them out of my diet, and I've already lost close to 30-some pounds in like a month and a half. Thank God.
So you chose the surgical option due to the counseling of your provider, your doctor?
Yes, she said that I needed to have my chest removed because it was weighing my back down, hurting my back, and it would relieve some of the stress on my back. And so we're gonna go into, I have a consultation with my surgeon in August, and I'm probably gonna have the procedure sometime in September or October, November, one of those months. But I'm ready for it.
So is your provider, is that here in Fayetteville, or
Yes, my
where's
provider,
it located?
yes.
How did you go about evaluating them to do your procedure for you? Because it's very serious. To me, it's very serious. Anytime you have to have surgery and remove a part of your body.
Yeah, I said.
When you said remove your chest,
Yeah.
I mean, that spoke volume to me when you said chest. That's huge.
Yes, absolutely. You know, and it's not only my chest, it's beneath my arms, at the top of my arms. They'll be taking out that, and my chest and around to the back side of my back. It's a major surgery, you know, and it's gonna be painful over a period of time, but my life is more important than anything. So I want to have longevity. I want to be able to live here as long as possible, and I need to get this here to help my back along with helping my lifespan with getting this weight off me. And at the same time, I'm gonna remain on my diet, doing things that I haven't been doing, but I'm doing now, because I see the weight coming off.
Okay, so you're pre-ops. Is that something they've gone over with you already? You and your wife together?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
They went over with me. I go to Westside Medical, and my primary care doctor was P.A. Newsom. She went over it with me. We have evaluated myself and my body structure, and went over it. And then I went and seen the surgeon at Pinehurst Surgery in Pinehurst, North Carolina. And we have went over every different aspects of the surgery and things that has to be done. But I have one more consultation in August, and then they'll set a surgery date.
You already had your labs, your imaging, and all that
Yes,
stuff?
I'm healthy enough to go to the surgery, to be put to sleep and everything. Everything has already been done. I went yesterday, and I had an MRI done for them. As part of the procedure, you had to have an MRI done so they could see everything that needs to be done towards the surgery.
So how can the community ensure access to similar pre-op resources if needed?
Well, I'm going to say this here. I have United Healthcare, and United Healthcare, my insurance, they pays for basically any surgery that I have to have done. So if you doesn't have insurance or you need insurance, you need to get you a provider that will take care of your special needs like I have. You know, most people don't have to have the kind of surgery that I'm getting ready to have. But other surgeries that people might need, you know, you have to have a provider, you know, so go down to your social service and talk with social service about your Social Security and your Medicaid and Medicare, and then talk with them about getting a provider that will help you in any quest for any medical needs or any medical service that you might need.
Okay, well, thank you for that. So after surgery, what does your post-operative care plan look like, and how will you access follow-up support such as in-home services, local clinics, telehealth for residents who may face transportation or you already talked about the insurance, they may have insurance barriers. Can you talk a little bit about that? Because I know you have your wife at home. She and I already talked about you and her commitment to you already. She is ready to assist you 100%. I can assure you that. And I'm very proud of her. You know, I have to say, I know she's watching. I love you, Lolita. But at the same time, yeah, can you give us a little bit of information concerning that?
Yes. You know, post-surgery is the most important part of you getting back to your health. So we have a plan in place that I will have a home nurse that will come in once a week and assist me with the wrapping and bandaging, because you have a lot of wrapping and bandages that have to be removed and replaced and put on after the surgery. Probably about up to 1 month to 6 weeks, you will still have scars that have to be bandaged and have to have lubrication put on them, different things of that nature. And my nurses will come in and do that once a week for me. Along with, you have to be able to my wife will come in where I will need to be assisted on moving around and being able to do different things that I normally could do for myself that I won't be able to do. So you have to have some support at home once you go through a surgery of this magnitude. But I look forward to it, and I look forward to getting it done and moving forward with my life.
Okay. So we talked about your education. You talk about as far as before your surgery. So how has this journey, or will this journey affect all the businesses that you have?
No, it won't affect my businesses because
Staffing and scheduling and
I
stuff
have people as like managers, foremans, administrative assistants, all in place that can operate the businesses without me, for say me being hands-on like I'm normally is every day now. But you have to have a good crew or good backing, and my saying is, as a coach, the head coach is only good as his assistants. So I have some great assistants who will be able to run the businesses while I'm out physically and can't be there on the sites and doing the transportation or whatever the needs may be. Now, what may be affected some is my catering, because I don't let anyone do the seasoning of my food. I handle that myself. So that business may go, I have to slow down some.
But we can always hire Troy to come and step in for you.
No, I don't allow no one to cook or put anything on my serving line that I ain't prepared and it don't taste like grandma.
Oh.
So everybody can't cook like grandma.
So your wife can cook like grandma?
No.
She can't cook like grandma?
No,
So you're gonna have to put your cooking business on pause.
She'll tell you right now, she'll say, right now, I married my husband and he told me I didn't have to cook and I don't cook. and when I try to cook, he says that my cooking don't taste like his, so I don't have to cook. So if she's listening, I know she know I'm telling the truth.
But that sounds good to me. She don't have to cook. That's wonderful. A lot of wives will love that treatment at home where she don't have to cook, because some husbands, look, if their food's not on the table when they step through those doors, that's all I'm gonna say. So tell me, Coach, and thank you for sharing with us so far about your health and some of your plans to become a better, stronger, healthier, vibrant young man. So what lessons learned can you share with other local business leaders about maintaining productivity while prioritizing their health? We want to encourage individuals to, I know you said you ran into some dilemmas with some back pain issues and stuff like that, which caused you to not be able to work out like you want to, and your eating habits change and all that type of things. But can you share with the community the lesson that you've learned about maintaining productivity while prioritizing your health?
Well, let me say this. Far as the business aspects of it, as a business owner, you got to know how to lean on people that you put in managing positions. You got to be able to depend on them to do what you have trained them to do, and you got to trust them. If you train someone to manage your business, you got to entrust them to be able to manage while you are out, because in business you do go on vacation. So when you're on vacation, you got to be able to let your manage. Now, far as my health is very important to me. So what I have done I have put my people in place to manage my business while I'm out having surgery. So I'm pretty sure that they will be able to handle everything that needs to be handled as far as the business is concerned.
You have any questions for him? You don't? Okay, thank you again. So we almost at the top of the hour. So can you share with the community about possible challenges that may emerge and how you plan to address any of those, or maybe support from local providers or network?
In business, you always be able to network, and you have people that you work along with, subcontractors as such, that will step in and assist you in maintaining my business while I'm out also, So a lot of my work is subbed out to different contractors. So that's a part of the business, And also in the catering business, you have different caterers that you network with. If a big event comes that my staff can't handle while I'm out, I can network with other catering companies that I have affiliated myself with over the years, and that's called networking. You got to be able to network. A good business person always have a good network. You got to be able to network because no one can be successful by themselves. You always have to have an outlet. You always have to have people to assist you in your business. A business is not grown by itself. It's a team of people, a team of individuals coming together. Like when I met you, and then we are about to become team partners.
You're trying to work me.
we got to learn to work together and be a team and network. And that's how you get to be successful in this business or any business. So in the closing, I would like to say thank you, Miss Brenda, for the opportunity. Thank you, the community, for the opportunity to speak with you. And Mr. Williams, thank you. And God bless you all. And thank WIDU for the opportunity to sit in on this hour. It has been a pleasure. I thank Mr. Cookman, Mr. Wes Cookman. I thank him. I thank everyone in the community. And I ask you for your prayers and for me to have a successful surgery. I thank you for your prayers for my business, and God bless our community.
So in closing, leave something with the community, the residents who are weighing similar decisions in our region here. So just leave a encouraging word for someone that's entrepreneur. They don't even have to be an entrepreneur, but that's major when you're an entrepreneur and you're having to go through major surgery. It could affect your income and your family and so on and so forth.
Let me say this first and foremost in my closing. You have to, in any decision that you make, you have to put God first. You have to have prayer, your prayer partners. You have to know how to pray. Prayer will get you through any situation, any endeavors. You got to be able to pray and ask God for guidance and leadership in this and anything that you do. So that's what I would encourage the community to do. You got to pray and ask God for leadership and guidance in anything that you do. That's the most important part of anything. You got to believe in the power of prayer. That's how I live every day. I pray and ask God for leadership. And I have great friends. And I want to say this before I close. I would be amiss if I didn't say something about my godfather who helps me in anything that I do. My godfather's name is Dr. Matthew Rouse, and he always encourages me to pray and put God first in anything that I do. And I thank God for him, and I thank God for my wife. And that's first and foremost, my wife. And I thank God for her and her prayers and how she have helped me to get through all my endeavors and all the situations that I have had to encounter over the years.
That's it. So you guys, this is the end of the show. You have heard it from Mr. Horace McCray, known by Coach. And if you guys have questions, feel free to call into the radio station. And we are at the top of our hour. We have to end our show at this time, which I want to thank you, Mr. McCray, once again for sharing your testimony and your life story with all of us. This has been City Councilwoman Brenda McNair on WIDU Radio, reminding you to be informed, be empowered, be